Hey, what's happening, gang? It's Aaron. Welcome back to Resonant Rise. The mob grinder thing is in full effect. This is just a sample of what I've gotten from this thing. It's almost time to avoid everything but blaze rods because this thing fills up pretty quickly. I put a lot of it in the ME system already. If we do this, it doesn't look like that much stuff, but I guess it looks like a lot more in the crate. Anyway, I want to try some cyberware stuff today. I finally got one of these eyeballs, and I guess the robo surgeon is findable only. But I want to make a scanner. I don't know if it needs electricity or what. Looks like I need paper, which I can do. It's not called reeds anymore. I'll just make about a stack of it. So I'll put it in there, and then let me grab some of these. Let's grab a couple of each thing and see what happens. It's actually doing stuff. I wonder. Oh my gosh, 20 minutes? Who's got time for this? I certainly don't. Let's put it on power and see if that helps. It probably won't. Yeah. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to scan a bunch of these things, and then I will say it does look really cool when it's scanning. I'll just scan a bunch of them, and I guess we'll do that next episode. Because I didn't realize that it took so long. What we can do in the meantime, I need to make a bunch of the quantum things. I don't know how many. We're not limited by channels with refined storage, but I probably should have made one of those for lava. I definitely need to make one of these. The refined storage does have, what am I thinking of? Fluid cells, but I don't like to I don't really need to store that many fluids. I don't like to use it. Um I could find the end at some point too. I wouldn't mind making one of these. So let's do something. Let's make the igneous extruder. All right, there we go. What this does, if you give it a bucket of lava and a bucket of water, it'll make cobblestone. I think it takes power now. Yeah, it does. You can make cobble, you can make stone. If you do stone, it consumes only the water. So you just put the aqueous accumulator underneath it. If you do obsidian, it consumes both the water and the lava to make the obsidian. So I think I've got a bunch of obsidian in here. It's a fair amount, but I still want to make more. So let's get these things. Let's get some conduit. We're probably going to need some fluid, maybe some power. I'm not going to worry about autumn conduit. What I'm going to do is I'm going to temporarily use the ender chest and remember how we set up that importer in the last episode. Oh, what the hell is that? Well, I killed it, whatever it was. I still never made that sword that I was talking about making. I don't know what's happening with these guys because I'm hitting F7. I don't have any red X's. It also moves my HUD for my my recording software to a different part of the screen. Okay, so there is aqueous accumulator right there. I don't want to disrupt what we've already got here. So let's get rid of this stuff because we can't do anything with it at the moment. I'm not sure how I feel about the color change. It makes it harder for me to see. I don't know if I can configure that or not. What is this thing? Grimoire of Gaia 3. There's no use for it. Okay. So let's tap into this. I'm probably going to have to make a wrench of some kind. Because if you put two conduits next to each other, one of which has fluid in it, they won't automatically connect. So like if you have a water pipe, you can put a lava pipe right next to it and they won't disturb each other. Go ahead and run the power conduit. I love this conduit. You can put a redstone one, a power one, a fluid one, and an item conduit all in the same block space. It's one of the best things about Ender IO. That and the fact that you don't have to make a servo or whatever to export. It's built in. So let me see. We need a Yeta wrench. Okay, I got that. Now let's see if I can hit what I need to hit to make it connect. That'll be the trick here. There we go. You can see the pipe filling up with water. So put the igneous extruder right there. We're going to need another fluid pipe. That is going to be insert only. And then we're going to put either of our drums. That is the lesser drum. And I better go ahead and specify obsidian, and then on the configuration, the back needs to be blue. And the top needs to export. I gotta configure the input for the lava too. Is that gonna do it? Okay, cool. So this does take a little bit of time. This is something that it'll run until I'm out of lava. And then it's all good. And actually, now that I say that, let's keep this one because I need to do some Tinker's Construct stuff still. And I want to have a little bit of lava on hand. This is 4,000 buckets, which will make 4,000 obsidian. So we're going to put that right up there. And all of this should get automatically put into that thing. I probably should make a, what are those things called? A terminal, crafting terminal for down here. I'll do that at some point. Looks like I got some ores processing. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. While the obsidian is doing its thing, I'm going to make a bunch of these. They're not cheap. That's okay. And I'm going to make a bunch of quantum storage units. Probably at least 10. And what I'm hoping to do is to put everything that is voided here, all the blocks anyway, and everything that's voided on this card and just store them, because you never know when you're going to need something, you know. So we'll keep all the cobble, the sand, dirt, clay, whatever. So let me do all that and I'll bring you back. And what we'll probably do, these things don't need to be, it doesn't really need to be pretty. I'll probably just extend this cable out and just put them along the wall right here. And then put the external storage bus on the top of each of the quantum storages. So let me craft all that stuff and then we'll be right back. All right, guys, that actually didn't take as long as I thought. I made 10 of each, and I think that cobblestone is going to be our test because what we have to do, there's a priority here. And I forget if 1 takes a higher priority over 0 or -1. So the cobblestone will be the test. This thing still has 7 minutes to go. Maybe it'll be done by the time I'm done with this, and then we can see what happens. And I'm really going to need to get like some sort of a wand of replacement or something, because this basement is starting to look a little raggedy. And that is outside. So let's just do that, just because. Gotta stay safe. Oh wait, hold on. Let's do that, and then we'll start putting down these things. So if we do 1 external storage right there, and then we set, if we click on the bus itself, I'm going to call it a storage bus because that's basically what it is. You see we could store 536.8 million. If we put 1 on this chest, it's 0 of 576. So the storage bus can read what your capacity is. Let's make sure I get everything. I don't want to lose anything down here. The storage bus can read what the capacity of the storage device is, I guess, if you want to call it a device. So if we put cobblestone here, this only accepts 1 type of item. So if we put cobblestone and stone, whichever it already has is what will go in there. If we had a chest here, we could put multiple items and it would store it in the chest. But only, obviously, until the chest is full. So we're going to test this. I'm going to set the priority to 1 right now. And we're going to dump all the cobble in here and see if it shows up. If it doesn't, then that means I need to make this priority lower than the priority of the disk drives upstairs. It doesn't look like it did it. Now that may be due to the fact that there's not already cobblestone in there. Some of these things you have to put cobblestone or whatever material in it before it will accept it, but I don't think that's the case. I think I just need to put the priority lower, which makes more sense to me, unless I didn't hit set. So let's try it with 1 stack. Okay, so higher priority does actually take precedence. Let's try this. Just for science, we'll put another stack in, nothing. That stack is up in the disk drive. I bet you $1. So we're going to make this +1. Let's make sure it actually set. Yeah, okay. So we're going to take the rest of our cobblestone out. We're going to put it back in. And now when we go downstairs, We should have cobblestone in here. Look at that. Kaboom. We have 179, which is all of it. So I'm going to set this up. I've got 10 of these, like I said. I'll take a look at what we've got in the ME system. Wow, that just worked out, didn't it? I'm amazing. I'm going to have to take a look at like how many ingots we have. Typically redstone and coal are good things to go in here. But it really just depends on what you've got. I don't know that I need to do any others until I run another builder quarry. And at that point, what I do is I just put the other ender chest, the one that's over here. I guess it doesn't have to be this one, but the same color, the white, white, white. Put that on top of the builder, and then this will suck everything out of it into the system, kind of like what we're doing right now. So let's do this. We'll do redstone on that one. And then I guess this one will be limestone. It doesn't really matter what order they're in. I kind of wanted to keep like the ingots and stuff together. So if we dump all of this stuff into the ender system, it should show up in here. Now, an important note is any iron that's already in the system is up there on the drive. Any new iron or redstone or coal or limestone will get put in the quantum storage. So what you can do is either make an exporter and run your cable and export it, or you just grab it all and then dump it back into the system and it'll go where it's supposed to go. I could even like, well, actually that's not a very good way because I don't know that the iron I'm taking is necessarily coming from the disk drive. There's something, we'll just do this. This will be good. I don't know what refined storage calls it. Probably a disk manipulator. Let me make one of those. We'll see if it's what I think it is. Okay, here is a disk manipulator. And I'm going to put it up here because I need to have it close. So what this does, it should copy from the network to the disk or from the disk to the network. Or as it's written here, insert into network or extract from network. So since I have stuff on one disk, that's it. That's all I've used so far. If I've got it on insert into network and I put it in here, it's going down very slowly because I'm sure it needs speed upgrades. Maybe even a stack upgrade. Let's see. I need to make a bunch of these. Oh yeah. So this is essentially copying everything from this disk back into network storage, being the disk drive. You can see this is filling up. When it gets to the iron and redstone and stuff, see, we got a K in here. We got all the redstone is in here now. It hasn't made it to the coal yet, and it also has not made it to the limestone. Once it does, those items will be put into the place with the highest priority for their item type. So if we had any cobble in there, it would get put in here. But everything that is set on one of these external storage buses should go back in here. It's basically like defragging your ME system, for lack of a better term. Now, you cannot do this if you don't have another disk in here, obviously, because you have to have a place to put the other items. And I've got obsidian coming in. I've got ores, processing, etc. So let's let this finish and then we'll go check it out. Okay, it's done. It gets pushed into the out, and then we can put it back in here. I want to put it right here because I know it fills at the top left first, so I want it to go in the order it's supposed to go in. We can put the stack upgrade back in here, and I'll just leave the speed upgrades for now because I'm not really making any processors at the moment. But now if we take a look, we've got 3.4K iron here. We've got all the redstone, all the coal, and all the limestone. So I'm going to determine what I need external storage for. Make some more quantum storages. Make some more of these external storage buses. And then I'll probably do it for all the ingots and any block that I will be mining. And then I'll do that again with the disk. It looked like you could put 3 in at a time. Yep, you can put 3 in at a time. I don't know if it'll pull from 3 at a time. It might. Who knows? Okay, the scanner is done. I got a biker jacket blueprint. So is it scanning the same thing over again? I need to put something else in there. Let's do this thing if it'll work. Same amount of time. So I don't know where we put the blueprint. Obviously we can put it in a blueprint archive. Accessible by engineering table if nearby. So let's make this real quick just because I want to see what I have to do with it. Okay, so let's just put this thing next to there since that's where the blueprints go. Engineering table probably needs power, maybe not. So it says insert cyberware to destroy. So it basically deconstructs is what it looks like. I haven't looked this mod up at all. I didn't find a manual when I looked it up in the NEI, JEI, whatever it is. So what happens if we just do this? 15% chance for blueprint. So since I've got so many of these, it kind of makes sense to just do it this way. Maybe I'll get a blueprint. I'm getting chrome plating. So I guess you've got to scan it to get the blueprint for sure. And then you deconstruct it in the engineering table to get resources. And then you also use this to craft things. Okay. So I'll play around with this thing. Like I said, I didn't read up on it or anything. I just wanted to kind of mess around with it. I'll see what I can figure out. I'll probably scan a bunch of stuff. And I'll probably actually put a hopper on top and bottom so that I can just throw a bunch of junk in and then walk away and it'll work while I'm offline. So I'm probably running pretty long right now. I'm going to go ahead and call this one an episode. This will be a good test here. Just for peace of mind. I think we had 1.9 coal and 2.1 redstone. So we'll do that. We see that number go up. And we see this number go up. Outstanding. So that'll do it for this one, guys. If you do know anything about cyberware, give me some tips or whatever. No spoilers, just tips. And if there are any mods in this pack that, I mean, I don't even know what we've got, but there's anything that you want to check out, holla at me and we'll check it out. So thanks for watching, guys. I will see you next time.